Hi kids, long time no see. This is an Electone T5TS1. It is from Northeastern Engineering. Pardon the sound out there, you know, the neighbor's got his air compressor running and dogs are barking and all that kind of stuff. Really nice spring day out there. So I thought I would do this with the garage door open to get some better lighting. I tried this video yesterday and gave up on it because it was too dark. I want you guys to be able to see what's going on. This is an interesting radio, like I said, from Northeast Engineering, probably, I think, late 40s, not too long after the war. They had two different radios. This one is the T5TS1, and it has a 35Z5 GT rectifier. The other model that they made, which is exactly the same, except it's a T5TS3, and it has a selenium rectifier. So this is the one that came first. Found it on Facebook Marketplace. As you can see, it's a little bit rusty, just a tiny bit rusty, just a tiny bit, you know, nothing serious, just a tiny bit. Okay, yeah. Anyway, who doesn't like a challenge? I do. We've dealt with this kind of stuff before. You know, you remember that Crosley dashboard, the rusty chassis on that thing. There's the back. It's all, you know, fully encased in this metal cabinet. I'll show you real quick. There's the decal, Electone. There's the dial. It's got this really thick plastic dial, and then it has this red disc with a hole in it that you use as your dial indicator, which is kind of cool. Let me get the knobs off and I'll show you what's going on inside. There's your, you know, first look at your chassis. I took the speaker out. Speaker goes in the side. It has this kind of cool wraparound effect here, but there's nothing going on in front. I'll just have to put a piece of cardboard and some grill cloth in there. And the speaker actually goes in the side. And speaker's in pretty good shape. You know, this thing's a little fuzzy because it was really wet at some point. So we'll have to clean all that up. But the speaker looks like it's in good shape. And there was a remnant of the grill cloth in the side. So I will be able to find something, you know, reasonably close once I figure out exactly what we're going to do with this. Take the knobs off. Because this is rusty, one of the studs that holds the speaker in place broke when I was trying to get it out of there. You know, what are you going to do? So we'll just have to probably hold it in place. When I put the speaker back in, it's just going to have the one stud holding it in place, but it'll be enough. The chassis just sits on these little studs, and then there are nuts that hold it in place. That's at the back. You can see rubber grommets everywhere. You know, this one where the on-off volume shaft comes through to isolate you from the chassis so you don't get shocked. And then there's grommets in the back for the power cord and the antenna wire. These do not have a built-in antenna. Let me see if I can get this. I know I can. Get my trusty chopstick here. Yeah. Here is that. There's that plexiglass dial, and as you can see, it's quite thick. And it is. They just etched it or engraved it and left it like that. They didn't paint it or anything. But anyway, that should clean up pretty nice. It's intact, no breaks, no cracks. Just a little cloudy from, you know, years of dirt. Inside we have what's left of the label. And this one was serial number 1447. We'll record that for posterity. This was serial number 1447. I got, from good old radio days, I got some replacement items, including a new set of decals. They give you several, so if you mess up, you get another couple of 3 chances at it, which is nice. Those are very nice, as you can see. If this probably won't focus. And then in here, we have some replacement labels. They give you 2, which is nice. There's the new label. This one's serial number 1859. So whoever originally requested these labels and decals from radio days, they must have had that number. So radio days just reproduced that. So that's fine. We don't have to preserve the original serial number. It doesn't matter. This very interesting little thing. I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and the guy shipped it cross country for 10 bucks, which I couldn't believe. And I just kind of liked it. You know, it reminded me of that metal Electrolytics radio that I did a while ago. Although this one's a lot worse. But I'm going to probably take this cabinet to the powder coaters and see if they can at least blast the rust off of it for me. I don't know if I'll actually spend the money to have it powder coated, probably not. But I would like them to at least blast the rust off of it. It's pretty good shape. It's got a dent right here that I'm going to have to deal with. I'll have to get inside and see if I can pound it out a little bit. Hopefully I won't have to do any body work, but I don't know. I read somewhere that these actually have like lead filler in the seams, so we'll have to see what happens after I get it blasted. But it's so rusty that I think blasting is going to be the best way to go. Hopefully they won't charge me too much for that. I am having trouble finding dark blue hammer finish paint. Nobody carries it locally. You can't order it and get it delivered to your local Lowe's or Home Depot. All you can get is that light blue stuff like I used on the Electrolytics, and that's not blue enough. Everybody says it just looks silver. If you try to find some online, they want more to ship it than it costs. You know, you can get it for $7, $8, $9 a can, but then they want like $62 to ship it because they have to ship it through a ground freight company because it can't be shipped to UPS, UPS, USPS, or FedEx. It has to be shipped ground freight, so they charge a fortune for it, so it's just flat out not worth it. So if I can't get the hammer finish, I will probably just clean it up and just paint it a nice color. These were available in blue, in white, in red, and I don't know what else. Maybe, you know, probably brown or something like that. But anyway, I want to keep a color on it. So, you know, if you have any ideas on that, put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. I don't really want to do it red. So, you know, if you think I should just keep it blue, let me know. Or I don't know, be easy to paint it white. So just, you know, if you have any thoughts, let me know. So let me set this aside. Here is the chassis, which, as you can see, uses a C7 Christmas bulb for the dial light. I've seen that before. My old Philco radio record player, I have a couple of videos of that on the channel. It uses the same bulb, which is why I had this spare. There was no bulb in it originally, and so that makes me believe that the 35Z5 rectifier is shot, because if the bulb goes bad, it takes the rectifier with it. I'll have to test that 35Z5 and find out. I put a cord on it and brought the power up just enough to confirm that it's not working. The bulb does light up, and it just hums loudly, and the hum doesn't change with the volume, which says to me that, you know, you better not run it. So I turned it back off, and we'll start by replacing those Electrolytics. It's an interesting radio. It has 2 Electrolytics in this little can. They're both 20 MFD, 150 volts. So we'll have to clean that up. I sprayed the hell out of this with electronics cleaner because it was just a nightmare. This thing is so grungy and dirty, it just gives you the creeps how, you know, yucky it is. So anyway, you can see in there, there's not much going on. You got those 2 Electrolytics, and then like 5 wax capacitors and 7 or 8 resistors, and that's it. This thing's really basic. So the first thing I'll do is replace the Electrolytics and see if we can get this thing to do anything. I disconnected the speaker. I just cut the wires because it's hardwired in. Left the ends of the speakers there to make sure I know where to reconnect it, so I don't have to double check with the schematic, just, you know. So this will be real easy to recap and figure out if it does anything. I'll check the resistors along the way, but really basic. Test the tubes and all that. You know, there's some pretty good surface rust on this thing, so I'll have to try to clean that up as best I can. The back of the dial is kind of this, I don't know, almost bronzy hammer finish, so we'll do something with that. I've got a couple other shades of hammer finish. I'll probably repaint that plate, and I might repaint this a brighter red or something. And of course it's direct dial. There's no tuner string in there. It's direct dial, which makes it hard to fine tune, you know, hard to really zero in on that station. That's what the dial cords are there to give the designers more flexibility in how the radio looks, but it also improves your sensitivity. You're able to really get the station dialed in. Direct tuners like this don't work as well, but they work. It's okay. It's nice. It's old enough to have the big IF can, so you don't have to worry about the silver migration disease or any of that kind of stuff. So we're going to tear into this and see. We're going to make sure it works before I waste any money on getting this thing cleaned up. You know, there's no point in spending money getting the cabinet cleaned up if this isn't going to work. So we're going to find out about that first, and we'll take it from there. So this is just going to be your introduction to this, and I will bring you back when we do those electrolytics. We'll start with that, because you can usually replace the electrolytics and find out whether or not it works, and then you can worry about replacing the rest of those wax caps. And since there's only 5, it's not going to be that big a deal anyway. So there you go. Anyway, if you have any ideas, like I said, any thoughts, put them in the comments. If you think I should, you know, do something funky with it, make it maybe hot rod it or something, I don't know. Let me know. I might just, if you think I should keep it more or less original, try to get as close to the original hammer finish as I can. It's gonna be hard to do, but we'll see. I'll kind of explore my options and we'll figure it out. I don't know, it's kind of a super simple, plain Jane little radio, but I just like the metal cabinet, this kind of, you know, industrial bread box looking thing. Thought it was kind of cool, so might make a fun project. We'll see. I think that's about it. Let me know if you have any thoughts or suggestions or questions, and I will be sure to check those out. So there you go. That's part 1. We'll get going on those electrolytics and see if we can get this thing to sing. As always, thanks for watching.